Welcome to Eco Farm Chronicles. Today, we will explore an interesting working day of hard-working farmers. Can you guess what they are harvesting? Come with us to a farm famous for its ripe cherries. The farmers here are not only hard-working, but also very skillful. Look, they are using long ladders to reach the high branches of the trees. Each of them has a small basket that can hold about 25 kilograms of cherries. After filling the small basket, they quickly move to the weighing station. Here, the cherries will be weighed and put into larger bins. Each of these bins is worth about $75 and is usually full after about 1 hour and 45 minutes of harvesting. Although it seems like a very quick job, not everyone can do this. The farmers all have very sophisticated harvesting techniques. They know how to pick the fruit without breaking the branches or crushing the fruit. The cherries are picked with their stems still attached to keep them fresh longer. After being put into the large bins, they also have to remove all the leaves from the fruit. The manager will scan the picker's label to record the number of cherries harvested. This not only helps track the yield, but also ensures the quality of each batch. When the harvested boxes are taken out of the farm, they will be washed for a short period of time to keep them fresh before being transported to the packing unit. Washington, where we are, is the largest cherry-producing state in the United States, accounting for more than 50% of the country's cherry acreage. Some farms use cherry shakers to harvest faster. The machine wraps around the tree and gently shakes the tree in a star shape, causing the cherries to fall onto a tarp below. The cherries are then transported to a 1,000 kg water tank to keep them fresh. Now, let's explore melon season. August is the start of the super sweet melon season. Farmers will carry bags to the fields and carefully select the sweetest melons. These early season melons are often sold at local farmers markets due to their limited quantity and perfect sweetness. A few weeks later, when the main harvest begins, farms will hire more workers and use machinery to ensure that ripe melons are packed in a timely manner. Workers will use small knives to cut the vines and harvest each melon individually. They work very carefully to ensure that the fruit is not bruised. At some farms, the packing line will sort the melons by size and carefully place each one into a box. Each melon and each box is labeled with a code for traceability. California is the largest melon-producing state in the United States, with packing facilities distributing throughout the country. Melon seeds take about 90 days to ripen. Multi-generational American melon farms like this one have refined their growing and harvesting methods for 111 years, producing a uniquely sweet cantaloupe with nearly double the sugar content of regular melons. And each box is uniquely sweet, stored in a cold room at 36 to 38 degrees Fahrenheit to extend its shelf life to more than 3 weeks. Pumpkins have become one of the most iconic symbols of autumn. In vast pumpkin fields, teams of 20 to 30 farmers go out into the fields to inspect each pumpkin and cut off the stems with large scissors. The pumpkins are lined up in long rows, ready for the main harvest day. With the stems cut off, the pumpkins will continue to ripen and turn orange after harvest. On average, farmers harvest up to 20,000 pumpkins a day. You can imagine each of these pumpkins weighing up to 50 kilograms, and this work is no different from a high-intensity workout for the farmers. To increase efficiency, some large farms have introduced pumpkin harvesting machines. These machines can harvest 4 rows of pumpkins at a time, making the job faster and reducing human labor. The harvested pumpkins are carefully stored in warehouses at temperatures between 80 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit for about 10 to 14 days to harden their skins. They are then washed and carefully packaged to prepare them for market, especially during the Halloween season. Pumpkins can actually last up to a year. For pumpkins that are rotten or left in the field, farmers use a harvester and a crusher. The crusher goes through each row, turning the pumpkins into fertilizer and collecting seeds for the next season. So we say goodbye to the bright orange pumpkin fields and turn to the golden corn fields of Iowa. In Iowa, the largest corn-growing state in the country, corn harvest is in full swing. This vast cornfield is the country's main source of corn, and modern harvesters can harvest up to 6 acres per hour, about 900 bushels of corn. However, in these vast cornfields, dealing with destructive wild boars is an indispensable task. These animals can cause significant damage to crops, and controlling them is an important job during the corn harvest season. For large-scale corn farms, harvesters integrate the functions of cutting, shelling, and collecting corn efficiently, significantly increasing productivity. The United States remains the world's largest exporter of corn, with major consumer markets including Mexico, China, and Japan. Next, we visit a small-scale sweet corn field, where manual harvesting is still a common method. More than 120 workers are hired to harvest this 300-acre corn field during peak season. On extremely hot days, workers will harvest at night to avoid the harsh sunlight. For sweet corn, manual harvesting is the best option to ensure the quality of each fruit. Are you a pickle lover? Pickles are typically harvested 50 to 60 days after planting in EA, requiring about 100 workers to harvest efficiently. On an acre, these workers may need to harvest cucumbers twice a day for 25 to 30 days, depending on the variety and growing conditions. Workers often wear gloves during this process. For manual harvesting, each worker can harvest about 1 to 1.5 tons per day on large cucumber farms such as those in Michigan and Florida. Mechanical harvesters can harvest up to 3 acres of cucumbers per hour. Average yields in open fields in the United States can reach about 3 to 1.5 tons per day. 15 tons or acre, these harvesters can effectively remove leaves and vines while gently separating the fruit from the plant. Farmers here rely on harvesters because they produce as much as 450 million pounds of cucumbers a year, or 63% of their cucumber crop. Some mechanical harvesters incorporate sorting mechanisms that can separate cucumbers based on size, color, and other quality factors. They can also return damaged cucumbers for composting. Come to a harvest day in a large green cabbage field. To start, workers will trim the outer leaves of the cabbage and put each head on the conveyor belt. With the scale as large as it is today, by 2022, the cabbage industry in the U.S. will reach 22 million tons, and California alone will contribute 7.1 million tons. In recent years, many commercial farms have turned to modern harvesters to save labor and increase productivity. These machines require 3 workers to operate. They cut the leaves, then put the cabbages into wooden crates. To ensure that the cabbages are not bruised, the crates are lined with foam to protect each head safely. Thanks to modern technology, red cabbage farms only need 2 harvesters while still ensuring absolute speed and quality for each cabbage. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to update the latest videos. See you again on the next journey of discovery.